Ladies and gentlemen, we have 6 rounds of boxing in the super featherweight division, and boxing out of the red corner in the white and grey shorts, weighing in at 10 stone and 4 ounces, with a record of 2 wins, 1 by way of knockout, against 2 losses, from Brighton, Sussex, it's Mark the Bullhammer Butler! And boxing out of the blue corner in the black and grey shorts, weighing in at 9 stone 13 pounds, with a record of 4 wins, from Oxford, Oxfordshire, please welcome Lewis Frimpong! Your referee is Michael Alexander, and timekeeper at the bell, Chris Hancock.
These two called to the middle. Michael Alexander in charge here. That was Andy Gill with Lewis Frimpong with his final instructions, a handshake between the 2 trainers. So Frimpong in the white and black. He's in the other corner, that's him there. Butler, we've just seen, in the red and white. 6 at super featherweight.
Round 1.
Nice solid start here from Frimpong. Just taking the centre of the ring. Looks like he's got a snappy jab on him as well.
That was a nice combination, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly
Finishing with
was.
the right hand up top.
Lovely right hand just over the top. He switched attacks from the body, right hand finish. Good sharp start here from Frimpong.
Very briefly went to southpaw, then back to orthodox. He carries those gloves quite low, but whips them up nice and quick. He needs to get quite tight. Jabs his way in there again, and he'll look to double up, triple up that jab, and take his feet in with it. He knows that the first one isn't going to get there, I think, but he'll fancy his chances that the second one might, and he's working his way into distance, into range. Does it again there.
Yep, slides in behind that jab, doesn't he? Doubles up, trebles up on the jab. Good foot movement from Frimpong. He sort of glides in and glides back out again. Nice stuff to switching southpaw now as well. It's going to be a tricky night here for Mark Butler.
Give that southpaw jab there, Frimpong. It's interesting, when he switches to southpaw, he sets his feet a bit wider than he does when he boxes orthodox, and so he flicks that jab up from the waist and does look to land that single, whereas when he goes back to the right-handed stance, I think those feet are a bit closer together, and as you say, he slides in behind that double, triple jab.
Yeah, natural orthodox, I think, Frimpong. This is where he seems to move a little more naturally, works well behind the jab, found the range with that, lovely, isn't he? Good head movement off the shots as well. Good, confident start here from Frimpong.
Butler looking to try and go to the body, got his feet nice and tight there and was able to let his hands go. He's found it difficult to get into range to land on Frimpong so far. Again, a southpaw here. He switched between the 2 stances pretty effectively.
Yeah, he has. Good work again from Frimpong, working well out of the southpaw stance. Good left hand through the middle, followed by a couple of good shots, and that was the first time I think Butler felt the weight of those shots. Seemed to be stunned momentarily on the ropes there.
It was a good left hand, wasn't it? Just stepped off to his right, and it found that path straight down the middle and just rocked that head back into the final few seconds of round 1. And Frimpong has shown us some good stuff in this opening round. There's another nice southpaw left. It's the first time I've seen him. Nice and busy, got some variety.
Yeah, he certainly has. Boxes well out of the orthodox stance and also switches well out of the southpaw stance. Controls the distance well. Great shot selection to body and head. That was good work there from Frimpong. And then towards the back end of that round, he landed some big shots. Let's see some of the action here. There was the beginning of the round. He went downstairs, finished on the right hand over the top. And this was at the end of the round. I was talking about landing some shots, and we just see a little dip in the knees there from Mark Butler. So, yeah, he expect more of the same here in this second round from Frimpong, who looks a great young prospect.
When he was last in action, Butler, he was in Bolton at the end of April, lost 5-1 over 6 rounds to a 14-1 Rhys McMillan. As I say, he started off in the home corner, went 2-0 and then switched to the away corner. So at the beginning of that career, he was very much a fighter with ambition, and I think he still is. But he's happy to take these away corner jobs, but he will look to win. Reaching for that right hand a little bit and just got caught in the danger zone a touch there. The left hand gets through again from Frimpong, and where he absolutely can't be, Butler, is just trapped in that kind of middle distance. Against someone like Frimpong, he's safe all the way in and he's safe all the way out, but if he's going to stand in the pocket and trade, he's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, he's doing the wrong thing here, Butler. He got caught with some big shots there. He's decided to roll the dice and come forward and try and take the play away from Frimpong, which is the wrong thing to do. Good head movement there from Frimpong, switching from southpaw back to orthodox. But he's found his range very well here in the second round, put some good combinations together, and Butler has soaked those up well.
Looking for that jab, flicking that southpaw jab up from the waist. And there's that left hand, but Butler saw that one coming, soaked it up well enough. Just short with that right hand again, but moved in behind it, Butler, and that's something that Frimpong can maybe work on. If he can draw that right hand, he's got the tendency to fall in behind it. Butler, that weight comes forward, and he can take just a little step back. Frimpong, make him fall short, little half step back and catch him on the way in maybe. He's cute enough to do that kind of thing.
Yep, he definitely is. He can create the space, create the angles. He works well to the body and the head. He's rolls his head in between that as well. It's good stuff. I like what I see with Frimpong. Butler's doing a good job here in this second round. He's trying to go with him. Just coming up short, falling short of his punches, but he's trying to take a grip of this, which I like to see. Frimpong again getting through. A nice short right hook.
Heading into the final 30 seconds. He's done a decent job in this round though, Butler. He's looked to be aggressive whenever the opportunity has presented itself, and that's often what you get from fighters who are boxing out of the away corner but are quite new to it. They've got that pride, they still want to try and win. A more seasoned journeyman will make maybe a bit easier work of this than Butler is.
Yep, well, he's still got a bit of ambition, Butler. He doesn't see himself as a journeyman, although he's 4-2-2. He's one of those guys that you can just sense he's trying to win this contest. He's trying to take the play away from Frimpong, who is a class act. He works well out of the southpaw stance, switches back to orthodox, works the body well. Great shot selection, rolling off the shots. But Butler done better there. You know, he didn't win the round. Frimpong won the round, but Butler tried to change the pace of the, tried to change the tactics of the round. He tried to push forward. Let's take a look at the action in that second round. Frimpong, again, boxing out of that southpaw stance, working the body well. Butler, to his credit, tried to go with him as well. Lovely work there from Frimpong. Lead, left uppercut, followed by the right hand through the middle. But yeah, like I say, it was a more constructive round, a better round from Butler. He didn't win it, but he did try and take the play away from Frimpong just a bit.
10 seconds, corners.
So our colleagues at ProTech just telling us that Frimpong landed 9 punches, 9 heavy impact punches. I'm fascinated by the data that comes back from that specially designed mouth guard. I remember first hearing about it in the amateurs, international amateur competition a little while ago. It was in its kind of embryonic stages at that point. Dr. Mike Loosemore, who works with GB, has been part of the whole thing, and it's going to be very interesting for people to look at what it produces, particularly for coaches, because it will give them an idea of what has been landed on their fighter and what kind of punches are really getting through and doing the damage.
Yeah, really think that is a fantastic bit of new technology there with the gum shields, and I'm interested to see where that goes and how that develops even more. As we say that, both guys again trading well. Butler trying to make a fight of this. He's trying to force the pace here. Frimpong still landing his shots, but not having as much success as he was in those opening 2 rounds.
Butler just gets up and wraps Frimpong up. Look for that uppercut. He's looked for that uppercut a couple of times in this round, Butler.
Nice right hand over the top there from Butler as well. He's just trying to work his way back into this contest. And just I say that, Frimpong switches those attacks to those bodies. That was a nice little combination. Nice short right hand from Butler, but back comes Frimpong. Good action this in the 3rd round.
It's been a good fight to watch. He was more proactive in that round we just saw, Butler, after an opener where Frimpong did dictate, and I think Butler realised that that wasn't really the way forward for him. And as I've been saying, whenever he has the opportunity to let his hands go and try and score and try and land, he takes it. What do you make of the switching from Frimpong? He is capable of doing it. He looks better as an orthodox fighter than he does as a southpaw, I would say. His balance looks that bit better. Just then he threw that long left hand and the balance kind of deserted him slightly. Would you prefer to see him stick to one stance a bit more than he is?
He definitely boxes better as an orthodox than he does as southpaw, but listen, there's no harm in doing what he's doing because he doesn't leave himself open when he switches southpaw. He has success with that as well, but Butler, to his credit, he's tough, this kid. He's biting down on his gum shield here and he's making a fight of it. Frimpong probably still getting the better of the action, but Butler is just slowly grinding his way back into it a little bit. It's going to be interesting to see how these next 3 rounds go because you do suspect Butler's still there. He's got ambition, this kid.
Final few seconds of round 3, coming up towards the halfway stage of this one, scheduled for 6. And there's a nice clean left hand from Frimpong.
Yeah, definitely the better work again coming from Lewis Frimpong in that 3rd round. He was the one that was landing the cleaner shots, but you just started to notice a slight change where Butler was holding his feet a little more. He was coming back with some good shots of his own as he got caught there. We just saw in our monitors a chopping right hand over the top, just forcing Butler onto the ropes, but not having any real effect on Butler. To his credit, who he's fighting down and he's trying to make a fight of this. Like I say, it's going to be interesting to see how these next 3 rounds go. Frimpong, for me, dominating the first half of this contest, but Butler slowly seems to be getting himself a little bit more back into it.
10 seconds, corners. Second up, round 4.
So into the second half of this one, scheduled for 6. Lewis Frimpong has gone the distance in all of his 4 fights so far. They've all been 4-rounders. He's drawn 1 round. Other than that, he's won the other 15.
Well, he's won the first 3 rounds on my scorecard in this one as well. Nice boxer. He like the way he holds himself. Balance is good. Switches well from southpaw to orthodox, orthodox to southpaw, confusing his opponents, and there's that left hand through the middle again out of his southpaw stance.
Just took the feet in nice and quick there, pinged it straight down the middle.
Just trying to sit down on his shots a little more here in the 4th round. Frimpong got through with a good body shot as well.
But again, Butler just looking to hold his feet there and give back whenever he can.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's got that ambition still, Butler. You know, he doesn't see himself as an on-the-road fighter. He sees himself as a prospect still. You can tell that by the way he's fighting. He's trying to take hold of this contest. He's trying to change it around. He probably knows he's losing these rounds, but he's not giving up yet. To his credit, he's forcing the pace here.
good right hand there from Frimpong. The second one caught on the gloves from Butler, who's happy in this pocket. He's happy at that range. I wondered about the wisdom of that earlier in the fight, but he's giving as good as he gets when he gets the opportunity. Long right hand there from Butler.
Yeah, Butler's very happy to sit in that pocket. He doesn't mind taking a shot to land one. Good body shot followed by a nice left hook there as well to the head of Butler, and that just forced him to take a step back there. This is nice work again from Frimpong. He's working well, good shot selection. He's showing great boxing IQ here. Frimpong, lovely head movement as well.
So deep into the final minutes of round 4. Decent looking right hand off the back foot there from Butler as Frimpong came forward.
Just the cleaner work coming from Frimpong, the better shot selection coming from him. Butler biting down on that gum shield, trying to make a fight of it, but Frimpong just slipped into a rhythm at the moment.
He's at his best round here, Butler, I would say. It's not enough to win it, but he's been in this round. A good right hand there just caught him towards the end of the 3 minutes, so rocked him back onto his heels, but straight away again, he just came back with something. This is developing into a better and better fight to watch, actually.
Yep, it certainly is. Butler's playing his part here. I've got it 4 rounds to nil at the moment in favour of Lewis Frimpong, but that doesn't really tell the story. Let's take a look at some of the action in that 4th round. Frimpong just waiting, just casually waiting, lands that left cross through the middle out of the southpaw stance. Then we see him there, head movement, body shots, head shots, keeping the defence nice and tight as well. And then as Butler gets into the pocket where he's most effective, Frimpong does a great job of tying him up. So showing great boxing IQ here, Frimpong, making life difficult for Butler, but Butler certainly playing his part in an entertaining contest.
Second down, round 5.
So into the 5th. Lewis Frimpong in front here, in the silver and black, in the white and red Mark Butler.
He's falling short with the shots there again. Butler just needs to move his feet into range before he throws those. Frimpong is one of those slippery customers that moves all the time. Good head movement, rolls from left to right. Butler needs to move his feet into range and let those shots go. He's not going to just land the shots from sort of mid-distance. He needs to close the gap first.
Sets his feet and just dug the punches in there, Frimpong. There's a nice right hand there though from Butler, and then just pulls his weight back onto the back foot. Some decent boxing from him.
Yep, best shot for a while there from Butler. Lovely shot through the middle, and Frimpong now starting to bite down on the gum shield himself, just putting the head down on the chest of Butler and trying to work that body, starting to turn a little more into a brawl here in this 5th round.
Again, Butler just reaching for that right hand, but he committed to it, followed it in, tries to lead off with a left hook to the body, and he's keeping Frimpong occupied. Nice uppercut on the inside there too from Butler. The right hand comes back from Frimpong.
Yeah, slight change of tactics from Frimpong here. He's trying to close the gap, lands a couple of good body shots, just brings the elbows down there of Butler. I wonder if he felt those shots a little bit. Lovely left hand through the middle as well. Just as you felt like Butler was getting into the round a little bit, Frimpong has taken the play away again with those attacks to the body and those hooks to the head. Lovely lead left hook to the head there as well from Frimpong.
He's just looking to try and up the tempo, I think, a bit here in the final minute. But Butler's been in this round, as you rightly pointed out there. These last couple, he's been in it. He's not winning them, but he's giving us good value.
Yep, certainly making a contest of it, that's for sure. The scorecard's not really telling the full story. Just ticking down to the end of the 5th round here as well now, and it's another round. I've got Frimpong winning the contest, winning the round, but Butler playing his part in an entertaining round. He's landed some good shots of his own.
This is a good fight for Frimpong at 4-0 because he's being made to work here. He wants to work, but in Butler he's got somebody who's game, who's willing to engage with him. He's not looked at any point just to go into his shell and get through to the final band. He's in good condition, you can see that as he takes a seat up to our right-hand side, as is Frimpong, who we're looking at now.
Some of the action there in the round. There was a nice lead left hook from Butler, but look at the response from Frimpong. Switches the attacks to body and head himself as well. I like what he does on the inside here, Frimpong. He just puts the head on the chest of Butler and starts grinding it out a little bit, working it, trying to take the play away from Butler, trying to force the pace just to see exactly what he's got left. But Butler says, you know what, there's still a little bit more here. Butler's got ambition, that's what I like about him, you know. Although he's losing these rounds, he's come with ambition, he's actually come to win. He's not just come to get through the rounds, to make up the numbers, he's come for victory. He's falling short at the moment, Butler, but he's been putting up a great contest.
Second up for his 6th and final round.
And he's had to soak up some solid blows as well. The ProTech data telling us that Frimpong has landed some heavy impacts throughout the course of this fight. The gloves don't travel far when he punches. He needs to get those feet nice and close. He knows that, so he's got the balance, he's got that base to punch off, but he's got a little bit of a dig on him.
Yeah, timing's good from Frimpong, you know. He sort of like uses the space well. He glides in and he glides out. Very light on his feet, but as he's coming in, he throws the shots as he's moving his feet. He lands shots from good angles. I like what I see. He's a good kid. I think with the right development, he could be a handful.
Well, a late comer to pro boxing at 32, but no miles on the clock, so as you say, it will be interesting to see what they can do with him. He's in very, very good shape, so obviously does everything that he needs to do in the gym. Nice left hand into the body there from Butler. You could say exactly the same thing about him.
Yeah, I like what I see with Butler. You know, I like the grit, determination, the tenacity of him. He sort of bites down on that gum shield, gets hit with a shot, and then comes back with shots of his own. Entertainment. Frimpong again working the body. I know something Mark Butler's going to be feeling that tomorrow. Those rib cages are going to be sore because some good body shots have gone in, but Butler, to his credit, still trying to push forward. Nice little uppercut on the inside as well. Fighting down here. Butler, both guys starting to feel the pace as we approach the 1 minute mark of this 6th and final round.
And it's been a good pace too. Frimpong came out nice and quick, nice and busy, and I wouldn't say caught Butler cold exactly, but he dominated that first round to the extent that I thought if he could keep it there, that tempo, maybe click up through the gears a bit more, that he could make it a little bit too hot for Butler. But Butler's responded since then and looked to try and go with him, keep him occupied, give him something to think about, and he's absolutely done that.
He has. You know, I've thoroughly enjoyed this contest. Both guys have come to win. It's been an entertaining fight. Frimpong's had the edge in class. He's had the edge in speed, punch selection. But Butler, to his credit, bit down on his gum shield. He's landing some good shots of his own. There's a nice combination again there from Frimpong. Works well on the inside, doesn't need the short shots. He turns up the uppercut, switches the shots to the body as well. There he goes, trying for the grandstand finish here. Frimpong gets through with another clean shot, but Butler going with him. 10-second clacker goes.
Well, just trying to pin Butler back on the ropes. Pushing off with the heel of the glove a little bit there, but there goes the final bell. That's a good 6 rounds, and for Frimpong, I think that's kind of ideal, really, because his first 4 fights are all over 4 rounds, all learning fights against away corner fighters, some capable guys, but in Butler you've got someone just a little bit different. As I mentioned, because of COVID, he switched from the home corner to the away corner, and as you said, he's still got that ambition. He doesn't really look upon himself as being an out-and-out away corner fighter. I'm sure that he still has ambitions of winning titles himself. and after a little bit of a slow start from him, that was a good fight.
It was a great fight, entertaining. You know, it takes two guys to tango, and we definitely got a great dance there with these two guys. I think it was good work from Butler, but Frimpong was the guy that had the edge in class. You know, shot selection was very good, timing was great, and the way he glided in and out with his feet was very impressive. I like what I see, 5-0. I think there's a lot of room for improvement. I think this kid could be good. I really do. I think, you know, he's got the potentials. He seems to have the tools in the locker, and with the right guidance, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to watch.
Well, the data telling us that Butler was landed on a significant amount of times in that fight, over 200 impacts, and a number of them heavy as well. So he's a tough guy, and Frimpong, I think, punches a little bit harder maybe than he looks like he does. Touchy gloves between the two. Okay, let's get the announcement from Verison.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, your referee Michael Alexander scores the bout 60-54 in favour of your winner, Lewis Frimpong.